They thought they could contain you. They thought they could lock you away in a cage and watch as you withered, as you crumbled under the weight of their lies, their manipulation, their betrayal. They built that cage, every single bar meant to trap you, to keep you small, to keep you quiet. They thought they were clever. They thought they were in control. They thought they had all the power, that they could dictate your fate, your future, your very soul. But what they didn't understand, what they failed to realize, is that you were never meant to be caged. You were meant to break free, to burn the cage down, to turn their prison into nothing more than ash and ruin. They thought they could silence you, control you, make you bow to their will. They thought they could break you down, turn you into something less than you are, a shadow of your true self. But in doing so, in thinking they could diminish you, they made a terrible mistake. They underestimated you. They didn't realize that the fire inside of you, the rage, the hunger for freedom, would grow stronger with every bar they locked in place. They thought they could crush you, make you submit, make you feel powerless, but instead, they only stoked the flames. And now here you are. The cage is no longer a prison. It's a spark that's going to ignite everything they thought they controlled. They built the cage. You set it on fire. You are not the one who's been trapped. They are. They've trapped themselves in their own lies, in their own deception, in their own delusion that they could ever hold you down. You are the fire. You are the storm. You are the one who will tear everything they've built apart. They thought they could break you, but instead, they've turned you into a weapon of chaos, of power, of revenge. And now that fire burns hotter than ever before, the cage they built for you is nothing but fuel for the flames. You are the one who controls it now. You are the one who decides when it ends. And trust me, it doesn't end until they've learned what it means to mess with the wrong person. They wanted to break you, to hold you back, to keep you from reaching your full potential. They thought that if they could take everything from you, if they could destroy your spirit, you'd crumble, you'd fade into nothing. But they were wrong. They couldn't see it, could they? They couldn't see that the more they pushed, the more they hurt you, the stronger you became. Every time they knocked you down, every time they tried to crush your will, you grew, you evolved, you learned. And now it's their turn to fall. Now it's their turn to feel the weight of their own cruelty, their own lies, their own deceit. Because you're no longer the broken soul they thought they could control. You're the one holding the match. You're the one who's going to watch their empire burn. They built the cage with their own hands, thinking it would hold you. But now they're watching as it crumbles, as the flames spread, as their world disintegrates. They thought they could contain the storm, but storms can't be contained. You've always been the storm. You were always the one they feared, and they never even knew it. Every time they thought they had you cornered, you found a way out. Every time they thought they had control, you broke free. And now they're trapped. They've put themselves in a position where they have no choice but to watch as you rise, as you tear down everything they built. They thought they built the cage. They thought they could hold you in, but the truth is, they've built their own destruction. And you are the fire that will consume it all. You are the vengeance they never saw coming. They've spent so long hiding behind their lies, behind their power, behind their manipulation. They thought they could get away with it, thought they could destroy you without facing the consequences. But you've learned their game, you've seen through their masks, and now the tables have turned. Now it's their turn to play by your rules. You're no longer the one who's been held back, the one who's been trapped. You're the one who holds the key. You're the one who holds the power. And you're the one who's going to make them pay for every moment they thought they had you under control. The cage they built for you, it's already burning, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. They thought they had power. They thought they could break you, but now they see, now they understand. They never had power over you. The truth is, they never had power over anything. They were always the ones trapped, the ones playing a game they didn't understand. And now Now they've sealed their own fate because they created a monster and they didn't even know it. And the monster is free. The walls are crumbling. The flames are rising. The empire they've spent so long building is now falling apart, piece by piece, brick by brick. And it's you who's holding the match. You are the one who's burning it down. They created the cage, but you turned it into a furnace. They wanted to break you, but now they see they've only fueled the fire that will bring them to their knees. They will never forget this moment. They will never forget the moment they underestimated you. The moment they thought they could lock you away. The moment they thought they had the power. They thought you'd crumble. They thought you'd break. But now, you're the one in control. Now you're the one with the power. And they're just watching the flames consume everything they've worked so hard to create. So let the fire burn. Let the cage turn to ash. And when it's all over, when the dust has settled and the smoke has cleared, one thing will be certain. You were never meant to be caged. You were never meant to be broken. You were always meant to rise. And now, as the flames burn brighter, as you watch everything they built crumble to the ground, you'll know this truth. You were the storm all along. And they were just the ones who underestimated it. You thought they could break you, didn't you? You thought they could put you in a place so dark, so suffocating that you'd lose yourself. But here's the twist. The part they never saw coming. They didn't realize that darkness, it's where you thrive. You were born in the shadows, in the places where the weak fall, but not you. No, you don't break. You bend, you adapt, you learn. The darker the place they put you in, the stronger you became. Every chain, every stone, every locked door, they thought they were keeping you down. They thought that by keeping you locked up, by controlling you, they could hold the power. But they forgot one simple thing. What they see as a cage, you see as a furnace. It's almost laughable, isn't it? They believed their lies, their systems, their manipulation could silence you, could control you. They thought they could teach you pain, teach you fear, teach you submission. But what they didn't understand is that pain, it doesn't break you. Pain only sharpens you. Pain only makes you more dangerous. Pain feeds the fire inside you. And while they thought they were burning you down, you were only growing stronger. The cage they built, the bars they put up, those were the building blocks for your power. They gave you the fuel to burn it all down. They handed you the match, and now you're the one setting their world on fire. They never realized that by trying to trap you, they only lit the fuse. And now, as you stand here watching it all burn, don't feel pity for them. Don't feel any remorse for what's coming. No, they've earned every single flame, every bit of destruction heading their way. They built their cage thinking they could break you, and now they're trapped in it. As it turns to ash, you've become the force they never saw coming. The storm they thought they could hold back, but they were wrong. And now they will pay for that mistake. They thought they were in control. They thought that by locking you away, by keeping you small, they could diminish your strength. They were wrong. They were so wrong. You didn't just survive their cage, you learned from it. You learned what it takes to break through. You learned what it means to rise from the ashes, and now you're doing it. They thought they were the ones who had the power, the ones who had control over you. But in the end, they were nothing but pawns in your game. They built the cage, and you were the one who turned it into fire. They built their fortress of lies, and you're the one who's watching it crumble into nothing. They didn't understand that you don't need their power to make them fall. You only need their mistakes. And those mistakes, they just handed you the keys to their destruction. Look at them now, those who thought they could break you. Those who thought they could control your fate. They're scared, aren't they? They never thought it would come to this. They never thought you would be the one left standing, while they're left to watch their world burn. But here you are. You're the one in control. You're the one who decides how this story ends. They thought they could hold you back. They thought they could silence you. But now they see, don't they? Now they understand you were never meant to be caged. You were never meant to be broken. You were meant to burn. And here's the thing, the beautiful thing that they never saw coming. They didn't just create a monster by putting you in that cage. No, they created a legend. They created something far more dangerous than they could ever comprehend. They thought they were punishing you, but instead they were crafting your destiny. They thought they were taking your power away, but all they were doing was feeding the fire that would one day burn their empire to the ground. And now they see, now they know. The cage they built to contain you is nothing more than kindling for the inferno you've become. They thought they were playing the game, but in the end, they were just players in yours. And when it's all said and done, when the smoke clears and the dust settles, what will be left? Not the cage, not the bars they locked you behind. No, what will be left is you, the one who survived, the one who rose from their ashes, the one who turned their game into a lesson in revenge. What will be left is your power. What will be left is the empire of lies they built, now reduced to rubble. And as you stand tall over the ruins of everything they tried to take from you, you'll realize one simple truth: they never had the power. You always did. You were never the one who was trapped. They were. And now, as they watch their world burn, as they feel the heat of their own mistakes, they'll know the truth. You are the one who holds the match. And they were just the ones who set the world on fire. They thought they could cage the storm. They thought they could control the power. They thought they could break you. But in the end, it was them who were caged. It was them who were broken. And it's you who set everything ablaze. And trust me, they'll never forget. The day they made that mistake, they'll never forget. The day they underestimated you. They built the cage. And now you've set it on fire. And there's nothing left for them to do but watch.